Hi, my name is Sheen Corey. I'm our Executive Vice President of Global Field Sales and Operations. As of this recording, I've been with Virtual Instruments for 3 years. I couldn't be more excited about our transformation as a leader in hybrid infrastructure management. Our transformation has also taken on a new course. I'm excited to introduce some new corporate identity we're releasing. We are changing our name to Virtana. VI, real-time, analytics, and automation. As you can imagine, we're very excited about this name change. As excited, we are also excited about Cloud Wisdom, our new SaaS offering that we're releasing into the marketplace. You can now go onto the website and download a free 30-day trial. Cloud Wisdom is a premier cloud monitoring and cost analytics platform. We acquired a company called Metrically back in August. This has now been transformed to Cloud Wisdom. I want you to hear from our CEO, Philippe Vincent. He's going to walk you through both strategy as well as vision of Virtana. Philippe, I'll turn it over to you.
I'm excited to announce that today we're changing our name to Virtana. Over the past 3 years, we have been reinventing Virtual Instruments. You will find the same deep infrastructure expertise, the same commitment to mission-critical workloads. But now, our offerings offer a lot more breadth across the data center and into the public cloud. Our app-centric approach to infrastructure management has also bridged the gap between application management and infrastructure management. And our analytics can help our customers truly streamline and increasingly automate their IT operations. We will continue to transform and innovate as we intend to lead the modernization of IT operations, and we will do so under the Virtana brand. Our customers are on a journey. It is a journey from private cloud to hybrid cloud, and it's a journey toward a model of IT operations that is streamlined, more efficient, and increasingly automated. Our customers expect modern monitoring and analytics to play a key role in this journey. First, by providing unified visibility and control over their environments, covering their legacy and their future across the IT silos. Second, by applying big data and machine learning to make sense of those very large, very diverse, and very dynamic environments. Our expertise is the infrastructure and the mission-critical workloads it delivers. If the mission is critical, there's Virtana. The core of our IP is our ability to understand how infrastructure and application relate to each other. It is what we call app-centric infrastructure management. It is key to our ability to help our customers understand their environments, control their costs, control their risk, and control the performance of their operations. We are an enterprise company. Customers expect our product to work 24/7 at the largest scale, ingesting and processing massive amounts of information in real time, without compromise. Our customers have access to world-class expertise and world-class customer support from our team members. One of the key things about Virtana is that our approach to ideation and to innovation is customer-centric. We routinely invite our customers into our ideation process to help us innovate and make sure we hit the spot. One of the things that excites me about Virtana is the passion and expertise of our team members. We have people who truly understand what it takes to run IT operations, and this is reflected in the think-through that you'll see in our products. We really sweat the detail to ensure that every process is going to be optimized. This is reflected in the products we offer on markets today. If you think about our customers for a moment, they're running broader and more diverse and larger environments all the time. This incredible dynamic environment, the chaos, is something that we need to bring back into something actionable and controllable. This is what Virtana is about, understanding that chaos and precisely orchestrating into something our customers can control.
In 2017, the Co-op started its journey into cloud. We recognised that we had 2 aging data centres with a risk profile that was not aligned with the group's risk appetite, and therefore we linked through Equinix data centres based in London and Slough into Azure, leveraging our Microsoft investment to date. Since that time, it's seen us establish 25% of our infrastructure running in Microsoft Azure. We have set up a cloud management platform, alerting, monitoring, security, all the things you would expect to see. And alongside that, we have extended our Active Directory out into Microsoft Azure. To underpin the delivery of applications in that world, we were very aware that we needed the same level of on-site capability that we'd got, or on-premise capability we've got in terms of the infrastructure in-site. It's not something that Microsoft provide today, and therefore we engaged on the Cloud Wisdom toolset, or the Cloud Wisdom Journey, to establish that capability in cloud, and that's a journey we're currently on. In always looking to be lean and efficient when you deliver IT services to the business, one of the key things you always look at is industry capability and how best to use that combined with your own team. Virtana provided us with an opportunity to take a managed service. It allowed us to lean the storage capability that we had, but also build in an uplift or a step change in the service proposition that we could deliver to the business through taking the Virtana managed service. It allowed us to provide a deeper depth of expertise, something that your internal teams sometimes don't have the time to do. So it allowed us to bring that expert capability on. What we've used that expert capability for is to do the assessment of our application landscape, how it sits on the infrastructure, establishing the linkages between different services and applications, how they talk, and effectively establish the affinity groups. That allows us then to have an informed conversation around how we migrate to cloud. Can we migrate the whole affinity group to cloud in one go? Do we have to move it into a colo and then go again? Can we break that affinity group because the performance tolerances within that affinity group can stand some of it being in cloud and some of the services being in colo, for example? And that is really where the power of the Virtana managed service is really starting to take hold for us.
Any enterprise today that's looking at a hybrid strategy has many considerations. They need to look at visibility across code, network, server, database, virtual machines, storage, CPU and so forth. They need that end-to-end visibility. And the great thing is the combination of Virtana and App Dynamics working so well together gives you that.
So this is a really exciting time to be in this market. I think what's obvious to all of us in the industry is that the old ways of monitoring are gone. The days when monitoring was a set of siloed tools that gave you some visibility into your environment, that's over. The new environments are so broad, so complex, so dynamic, that customers really demand the ability to bring that information back, add context to it, run really high-powered analytics against them, and give them insights and support their decision making. And one of the things that makes working at Virtana in particular so exciting is that our product designers have experience running those operations environment. We can relate to what the IT operations team's going through. We know that they're fighting a losing battle against the scale and the diversity and the dynamic nature of their environments. And so our role is to bring back everything into a place where it's manageable, where it's visible, and where it's under control. And we use the most modern technologies to do that. So it's a really exciting time and really exciting opportunity for both our product teams, but also for our customers to help modernize the way IT is being run. And that's what we're going to be seeing, I think, over the next 5 years, a fundamental transformation in how IT operates. Well, what we see with just about every customer is the challenge they have while they still operate in specialized silos. The specialized silos brought a lot of good things to IT. In particular, it brought a degree of competency in each one of those areas. But it is now the root cause of problems. If you want to streamline and automate IT operations, you have to be able to share information across the silos. You have to be able to bring the data in real time across the silos and create context. You know, one thing is evident is that applications run on the entire infrastructure. They traverse your compute, they reside in your compute and virtualized environments, on your containers and microservices. They transverse your network, they run to your switches and routers, they hit your storage system, your hyperconverged systems. So your applications are dependent on all of these silos delivering in concert. And in order to achieve that, you really need monitoring and analytics that can do this across the board. You need that proverbial single pane of glass, or at least a unified pane of glass, that gives you the context that allows you to make decisions in real time and eventually automate. And the core of the ability to do that is understanding a fundamental question. What is the application doing to the infrastructure at any point in time? What is the workload? The expertise of Virtana is all about that. We know the workload. It is something we've spent many years understanding. This is a lot of our IP. And understanding the workload means we would be able to tell that a particular infrastructure node is in a situation where it's about to run out of its memory or bandwidth, or the I/O pattern that's hitting it is not going to be conducive anymore to high availability. All those kinds of issues, they can be addressed because we are constantly watching the workloads. We're watching the apps for you. You're in charge of the infrastructure. We watch how the apps are stressing the infrastructure, and we help you control the delivery in that process. Automation is a really interesting topic. I think we all know that this is where we're heading. We just have to look at the progress that has been made on the self-driving car to realize that with the right technology and the right focus, eventually we can accomplish incredible things. So the same thing will happen to the operations of IT. We're going to find ways to automate operations that in the past were exceedingly manual. So the matter, though, is how are we going to introduce that automation? Our approach for automation is based on a very core belief, which is it's all about trust. And it's all about confidence in decision making. So when our products introduce recommendations, we essentially do a few things. The first thing is we make sure that we respect your governance process. So we're assuming that you're going to be handling them within your service management operations and within your governance process. Human beings will have a say on whether the recommendation is acceptable or not. Second, we're going to provide a complete audit trail of the recommendation so that you can actually vet the recommendation and the thinking behind it. Third, we're actually going to measure, once the recommendation has been implemented, that it indeed had the effect that we were anticipated. And we're making all that information available to our users. What will happen then is that after enough experience with the product, customers will say, you know what, the last 15 times you provided that recommendation to me, I accepted it, we moved it in production, and it solved the problem. What they're going to want to do next is just say, I'm ready to automate that use case. I'm ready to pre-authorize it to go into implementation.
Hi, my name is Phil Karp. I'm the Vice President of IT Infrastructure and Architecture here at NYU Langone Health. Here at NYU Langone, we spend a lot of time looking at end-to-end application capabilities, performance, and are we meeting our service level agreements. The one thing that differentiates us from other verticals is any causes and delays, any delay in getting artifacts to our end users potentially has the ability to impede forensic data that clinicians might use for patients. At NYU Langone, the IT department services clinicians. We service 2 schools of medicine, administration, and research scientists. The number one theme that we try to instill within my team is making sure that all the platforms are up and available, despite their locations, to allow our end users, these clinicians, the schools of medicines, and the research scientists to do what they do best. You know, one of the things that we look at with the disparate technologies that we have is how are we able to tell, how do we know that we're always giving the best performance for end users? So we look for tools that help simplify our environment and where we can gather artifacts or understand where there's performance gaps real time, and ultimately try to lessen our need on vendors, VARs, or long, extensive artifact gathering. And we have tens of thousands of servers that are servicing up our end users today. We don't tend to focus on how do you build one, how do you do bare metal builds, how do we scale pretty quickly. We have a lot of tools that we use, leverage in-house, that we're looking for long-term, how do we scale those to public clouds if and when we're ready. So we actually have an internal environment that can scale when we choose to do so. Being able to pinpoint where any degradation might happen, especially in our EHR, where minutes matter and patient safety is paramount, is crucial to my team.
We want to be the most valued monitoring platform in your environments. which is why we're adding capabilities that are putting you in control of your risk, in control of your cost, and in control of your performance. And in so doing, we're transcending some of the traditional category definition in our space. And we're okay doing this because we don't think you should have 150 different monitoring tools looking across your silos. We think that you can unify this and you can get more value out of a few platforms than you used to do with hundreds of different monitoring tools before. For the customer, the benefits are clear. It's about reducing mean time to resolution, and that's frankly the basics, making sure that you can very quickly address problems when they arise. But more importantly, increasing your time between failure, making sure that failure and performance issues become things of the past. Once you've taken care of that, the game becomes more strategic. It's about making sure you're in control of your cost and you're constantly optimizing your workload and your workload deployments for cost and performance. So we see the value for customers moving into that area where looking at our products, they're in a position to say, these workloads belong here or they belong in another environment. And this is the cost versus performance versus risk trade-off that's going to be offered in one versus the other. So we want to help our customers move to a higher level of management, get them out of the reactive mode of problems and problem resolution and troubleshooting, and getting them into a strategic mode where they can really make the bigger decisions around the deployment of their workloads.
After hearing from Philippe, I trust that you now have a great understanding about our vision of Virtana. We encourage you to go check out our new website, give us feedback. As important, and we absolutely are encouraging you, please make sure you share the news about cloud wisdom with your peers in the industry and, importantly, your teams that you work with every day. We're very excited about this new transition, and as far as continuing to do business in the near term, we'll continue to work as Virtual Instruments with our customers and our partners. As we transition into 2020, we'll absolutely work with you on the back office, your purchasing operations, as well as go-to-market to transform you to Virtana going forward. We can't thank you enough for listening to this webinar. We look forward to the future. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to your regional vice president, your account managers, your regional sales managers, your SEs, and you can always call me. Thank you, and have a great journey as you transform your IT operations.